The chairman of Netflix Films has given a positive update on the Gears of War live action movie, and of course I have to share this with you Gears fans in this video. As always, I'm your host Abz, and without further ado, let's get into this. So firstly, I'll look into what the chairman of Netflix Films has had to say, and then I'll explain it and give my thoughts as well. Recently, Collider caught up with Netflix head of films Scott Stuber to get an update on where the two projects stand. The two projects as in Bioshock and Gears of War. Stuber stated, Bio, we're waiting on the script, so in that kind of phase. The strike slowed us down quite a bit. That one and Gears of War too. I'd really like to push on. I mean, Gears of War I was the producer on when I was a producer, so to bring it full circle has been great for me to get back together with the guys at Microsoft. So those are two really big ones that I feel aspirationally. There are huge audiences. As you know, that kind of medium, they don't translate always, and historically, as an industry, we've screwed up quite a bit. But both of those have really rich worlds, have really good characters, so they're very natural kind of transitions to screen and filmmaking. So originally, many years ago, when Gears of War was supposed to get a film for Universal Studios, Scott Stuber was supposed to produce the film, but unfortunately the movie never materialized at that time. Development was slowed down by the recent strikes, which are now thankfully over. However, they do have extensive treatments for both projects. We've done long treatments. There's a lot of people that we want to make sure feel good. Inevitably, when you're making those first and foremost, you gotta make sure the fan base is good, right? So you're working with the creators, you're working with the teams who make the games. We've worked out a lot of that, so now we've got great writers, and I feel like hopefully we'll be on the road once we get those drafts. Though it sounds like both projects are still in their early stages of production, don't be shocked if casting begins in the latter part of the year, provided Netflix is able to secure a finished screenplay that meets the needs of all relevant parties. So of course there is a lot to take in here, so let's summarise this. Netflix's Bioshock and Gears of War movies are progressing, but the scripts are not yet finished due to the writers' strike, which is now over since a few months back. Scott Stuber is optimistic about the projects, citing the rich worlds and strong characters as factors that will make for successful adaptations. And despite past industry mistakes with video game adaptations, Stuber is confident in the success of both movies due to the strong source material and existing fanbase. Now there are some positives to take on this which really does excite me. Scott Stuber acknowledges the fanbase, so basically us Gears fans. He acknowledges the very strong source material that Gears of War has, and the rich universe and characters that can easily be translated onto the big screen. This is huge because you know how much I love the Gears lore and universe and how much of it I've covered on the channel. So that's really big, and they want to appease the stakeholders and they feel like they're in a good spot. They don't want to make mistakes like past video game adaptations and are willing to work with the coalition to ensure Gears of War is properly represented on the big screen. And if the coalition are serious as they seem to be about Gears moving forward, then they have to ensure that source material is respected and utilised properly by Netflix Films. So now let's speculate. I believe based off what we read that the drafts for the script will be finished very soon, and therefore they will kick on with casting etc. by the end of the year, or at least early next year. Therefore I have a feeling that we'll see a trailer in late 2024 or early 2025, and then a release in 2026 on the 20th year anniversary of the Gears of War franchise. While that does seem to be far away, right? I do think that something is cooking in the time being to keep Gears of War fans invested. So I do truly believe that they'll drop the remastered collection in 2024 to finally get fans reinvested into the franchise again and give them time to enjoy the remastered games, introduce a new generation of gamers to Gears of War, put Gears in a positive limelight and in people's minds once again, and then start teasing what's next the year later. I do believe things are cooking, and I am feeling positive. In the time being, Abz will keep you occupied with everything Gears of War. I'll keep the gears turning here on YouTube during this downtime, and as long as you can all keep supporting the channel through your likes, comments, and everything else, then I'll always be here, so thank you so much. Brothers to the end, hope runs deep that the gears will always keep turning. Drop a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and a special thank you to the YouTube and Patreon members for your additional support of me and the channel. It really does mean a lot to me. I'm your host Abz, and as always, I will catch you guys next time.